This meeting is being recorded.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Cassandra Taylor, the founder and CEO of Top Flight Defense Incorporated. And we come to you today with our Social Security Administrative personnel, administrators, Josephine Mueller and Daniel Summer. They are going to be discussing the retirement benefit. So without further ado, I will pass it on to Josephine and let her begin.
Thank you, Ms. Cassandra Taylor. Thank you for allowing us to be here with all of you today at Top Flight on this Facebook Live. We're excited and eager to share information regarding retirement benefits today. So today's segment is on Social Security retirement benefits, and we've got a great presentation in store for you. And as Ms. Cassandra mentioned, I am Josephine Mueller. I am a public affairs specialist with the Social Security Administration, and part of my job is to provide information regarding Social Security's benefits and programs to communities and to the communities that we serve, to individuals who are interested in learning about Social Security. When I first started, I started off as an individual at your local Social Security field office. So I am familiar with retirement applications, disability applications, Medicare applications. I was the person that would process those applications at the local office, but now I get to share information with the community regarding our programs and services and information regarding the application process, which is very cool, lots of fun. But I'm not here alone. I am here with my wonderful, fantastic, great colleague, Mr. Daniel Summer, who has a vast array of knowledge regarding all of Social Security's benefits and programs as well. In fact, he has been with the agency several years, and he is a guru, all things Social Security. And I'm going to pass it over to Daniel so he can share a little bit about who he is and his background and experience with the agency. Daniel?
Thank you, Josephine. And you know what? Having worked here at Social Security since 2005, I've seen quite a few cases. And if Social Security does it, I've done it. So there is nothing you should feel that you can't ask Josephine or I, because we are experienced. We're not just the people who talk. We've actually gone in there and done those retirement applications, those disability applications, those survivors applications, those SSI applications, even a Social Security card or Medicare card application. So nothing is out of reach for us. That being said, here with Top Flight, we're thankful that you're giving us this platform, and what we're going to give you, Top Flight, is top-notch information. So that being said, I'm going to give you our disclaimer, and then we're going to kick it off. No further ado, understand that participation in this presentation does not constitute an endorsement by the Social Security Administration or its employees of the organizations and information and products not provided by us at Social Security. That being said, I'm going to pass this to Josephine. And as you can see, we're two chums on that picture, and we're about to give you a really interesting, informative presentation, and one in which will be updated. And not only that, you'll be able to ask questions. Josie, let's get started with the updates.
Absolutely. Let's get started with these updates before we get into the retirement segment. So what are Social Security 2022 updates? Well, as of April 7th, local Social Security offices added more in-person appointments and are again offering in-person service for people without an appointment. As we expand in-person service, we strongly encourage you to continue to go online, call us for help, and schedule appointments in advance. So prior to April 7th, we were seeing individuals by appointment only at our offices, and we were doing most transactions via phone or online. But now, since April 7th, even if you do not have an in-office appointment, you can visit us at our local offices because we are open to walk-in. We do encourage you, though, to call us ahead of time. If you're able to call us and do business with us over the phone or online, that is the more convenient way to do business with us. However, we understand that at times you may not have access to either a phone or to internet service. So we want to let you know that our offices are available for walk-in. So since April 7th, that has become available to everyone. So of course, you can always go online to our website, socialsecurity.gov or ssa.gov, and you can go ahead and apply for benefits online, or you can view many of our other services that are available to you online. Or you can always give us a call at our phone number, our national Social Security hotline, which is 1-800-772-1213. We can do a lot of business over the phone with you as well. But as mentioned earlier, if you're unable to get your transaction completed or your business completed via phone or via online, you can come into the local office, or you can schedule an appointment to see somebody at the local office as well. So the options are there, and we are available to assist you. Now, there is something new that has come about this year in 2022, and it's called the new SSI online appointment tool. If you are an individual, or if you know an individual who has limited income and resources and is interested in applying for supplemental security income, and they have limited income and resources, and they are an individual who has a disability, or an individual who is 65 and older who has limited income and resources, there is a way to schedule an appointment online, or to request an appointment by going online. So you can visit us at our website at socialsecurity.gov. If you go ahead and you click on where it says SSI, there is an opportunity for you to request an appointment if you go ahead and click in that section. So we wanted to let everyone know that this is something that is new. It's called the new SSI online appointment tool. Once you put your information in there, or if you're helping somebody with their information in there, Social Security will give you a call. So representative will be calling you at the number that you provided on that online tool. Another update that we want to make sure everyone is aware of is that there's an update for equitable relief. This is if an individual was eligible for, or has been eligible for Part A, Part B this year, but they missed the enrollment period due to being unable to get in touch with us. You still have time to enroll without a penalty, as long as you give us a call and you let us know that that this happened, that you were unable to get in touch with us during your enrollment period. This is effective until December 30th, 2022. So individuals are being given this grace period. Now that we went over a couple of updates, we want to share with you how Social Security is with you throughout life's journey. And the particular journey that we're going to talk with you about today is our retirement journey, the journey on getting into retirement and applying for retirement benefits. And we are with you when you start work. And I'm going to go ahead and pass it back over to Mr. Summers so he can go ahead and share with you how this journey begins. Daniel?
Thank you, Josephine. Sometimes that journey is a trek to work, and you get up in the morning and you're like, oh, I can't do it today, but you somehow make it. And that's a great thing. Some people have a commute, some catch the train, some walk, and some drive. But no matter how you get there, when you start work, Social Security is right there with you. Onward. I'm going to show you how. Now, you might not personally see Josephine and I there, but when you get your paycheck, you're going to know of Social Security's presence, because when you see the word FICA, you wonder what it means. I've never called anyone, hey, you're a FICA, because FICA is a federal payroll tax, and it stands for Federal Insurance Contributions Act. It's your contribution to Social Security, but it's not just something that you give without getting anything back. Not at all, because the total deducted from your benefits, from your payments when you are working, your gross wages is 7.65%. Now, if there was ever a good tax, this is it. You know why? Because you're not the only one paying it. Your employer has to match whatever you put in, and it's for your benefit later on, because it helps to fund disability, Medicare, your retirement programs, things for people who are disabled. And of course, children, they're more fun than anybody. Onward. So now we know that when you start work, you are paying into Social Security, and it's an automatic thing. So this whole retirement thing probably sounds good to a lot of you, especially if you've had a tough day at work. But how do you get in the game? You gotta pay FICA taxes for long enough. You earn credits when you work and pay Social Security taxes, and you can earn up to 4 per year, and you need about 40 of them, and it's easy to do the math. That's about 10 years of work. And when you're 62 or older, then you can cash in if you decide. Now, remember, to get those 40 credits, as it currently stands, $1,510 in earnings gives you 1 credit. So even if you made 6,040, which is 4 times that, all on January 1st, you've earned all 4 of those credits for the year. We don't break it down quarterly. So keep that in mind. If you earn $6,040 gross wages, you, my friend, have paid your way to the maximum amount of credits for the year for Social Security retirement benefits. Onward. Now, as we continue to see, one of the great questions that I love to answer is, how do they figure out how much I get? Everyone thinks that they should get more, but that's human nature. But guess what? Social Security does give you more. In fact, it gives you more than most people would think because of how the math is figured out. For instance, if you earned, I don't know, $5,000 in 1970, $5,000 probably went a lot farther in 1970 than it does in 2022. But we look at when you're going to take the benefits. So instead of just saying, hey, we've got to give them money off of $5,000, we inflate that amount to today's value because we're going to be getting the money today. So let's pay in today's dollars, shall we? We do this by finding the monthly average of your highest 35 earning years. We inflate those wages first, though, before we do the math. In other words, we're helping you out there, and we take only the top 35 years, not the lowest ones, to make up what we call an average index monthly earnings, which is going to be higher, which is good for you. And that's how we determine your benefit. Onward. So what happens then after Social Security has done the math? We allow you to take a look at it because guess what? We have the benefit estimator. You can know this ahead of time, and it's secure. It's online. All you have to do is to go to www.socialsecurity.gov and you get immediate access, accurate benefit estimates. And when I say accurate, most people who would come into the office with the estimate, it would be spot on or just a few dollars shy or over. But it's never a bad thing because you can play out different what if scenarios and say, what if I stop here at 62 or wait 3 months or another year? Or what if I keep working up until this age? You'll know all the information. So go check that tool out. Onward. So now you've got an idea of how Social Security helps you to figure out what you're going to get paid, but that's not all. You not only have the decision once you're in the Social Security game, whether or not to file, but you've got to figure out when. And Josephine is going to talk to you about your retirement party, which we want to be invited to because we like cake and champagne. So Josephine's going to go over a few details about just what happens and when you determine the age and when you're eligible for Social Security retirement. Josie?
Thank you so much for that great information, Mr. Summer. And yeah, let's keep this party going here because we all want to go to your retirement party. We wouldn't miss your retirement party. So let's talk about another great question that we receive from the public all the time, from people all the time. People ask us, what is the best age to start receiving my Social Security retirement benefit? This is one of the top questions that we receive. And as much as we would like to answer this for individuals directly, we are unable to. And that is because it's different for each and every one of us when it's the best time for us to start taking our Social Security retirement benefit. There's things such as our family health history, our personal health, the longevity of life in our family history. There's so many different things that we have to consider when making this very important decision on when to start receiving Social Security retirement benefits. Another thing that's very specific and personal to each and every one of us is also our financial situation. So it may be best for one person to start their benefits early at age 62, which is the earliest that anyone can start receiving Social Security retirement benefits. That's at age 62. Or it might be best for a person to wait until their full retirement age, which may be 66 for some, or 66 in a few months, or 67 for others. Or sometimes it may be best for a person to wait all the way until age 70 if their situation is a situation where it would be best for them to do that. So there's so many different factors that we need to consider. But this chart right here is an example of, for one particular individual, it's just an example of an individual who is choosing to receive, or who can choose to receive their benefit at different ages. And if you look at this example, you'll see that this particular individual at age 62, if they were to draw their benefits at age 62, they'd be eligible for $750 per month. Now, this example is one individual, and these amounts here in this example are based off of this individual's earnings record. And as Mr. Summer mentioned earlier, your benefit amount is based off of the highest 35 years of your work earnings. So in this example, we're saying that this is based off of this individual's highest 35 years of their work earnings. If they were to take their benefit early at age 62, their benefit amount would be $750 per month. But if the same individual were to say, you know what, at 62, I feel great, my financial situation is great, my health is great, my family lives, well into their 70s up until, maybe 80. So I'm going to go ahead and take my benefit at full retirement age. That might be something that this particular individual says. If they were to do that, take their benefit at full retirement age at 66, because this is this person's full retirement age, 66, their benefit would be $1,000 per month, because you can see on the chart here that this is what it shows at 66. This person's monthly Social Security retirement benefit would be $1,000 per month. So that's what they would receive monthly if they were to wait till 66 to start drawing or taking their benefit. Now, if the same person at age 66 were to say, you know what, I'm going to wait even longer. I feel great right now. My health's great at age 66. My financial situation's great. And you know what, my family lives into the hundreds. So I'm going to go ahead and wait all the way until age 70. If this person did that and said, I'll wait until age 70, and if they were to start taking their benefits at age 70, if you locate that age here on the chart, you'll see that at age 70, this person's benefit is $1,320 per month. So the benefit does grow over time, and you can see that illustrated here on this chart. However, it may be best for somebody to take their benefit early at age 62. Say the person says, you know what, my health's not in the best situation right now. I need the money now. I would like to take the money now, and I need the money now. So if the person takes that at age 62, that's okay. It all depends on the person's individual situation and their circumstances. So that's why here at Social Security, we're not able to tell you exactly when the best time is for you to start receiving your benefits. But what we are able to tell you and give you and provide you with are options, and show you how the benefit grows over time, and explain to you that there are different situations, and situations and circumstances are different for each and every one of us. So what may be best for one person may not be best for the other individual. So there's so many things to look at, and we just want you to consider everything when making this very, very important decision. Now, in this chart, I mentioned that this particular individual is full retirement age at age 66. However, full retirement age is different for each and every one of us. So it may not be 66 for us. It may be 66 in a couple months. It all depends on what year you were born. So if you look at this next chart here that is on the screen, if you were born between 1943 through 1954, it is true that your full retirement age is at age 66, like in the previous example on that previous slide. However, if you were born in 1955, your full retirement age is 66 in 2 months. Now, many of you may be thinking, well, Josephine, what does full retirement age mean anyways? What significance does that have? Well, full retirement age is when a person receives 100% of their benefit. So in that last example that we showed, the person that was full retirement age at 66 in that example was receiving $1,000 per month at age 66. Well, that means that that's 100% of their benefit. That $1,000 was 100% of their benefit. So at full retirement age, we receive 100% of our benefit. So if you're born in 1955, your full retirement age is 66 in 2 months. If you're born in 1956, your full retirement age is 66 in 4 months. For individuals born in 1957, full retirement age is 66 in 6 months. If you were born in 1958, your full retirement age is 66 in 8 months. If you were born in 1959, your full retirement age is 66 in 10 months. For individuals born 1960 or later, their full retirement age is 67. Now, once again, full retirement age is when you receive 100% of your benefit. Now, if you look over to the column to the right, you'll see where it says percentage at age 62. The percentages here in this column are lower than 100%. And that's because the person is drawing their benefit early at age 62. So as you can see, for an individual born between 1943 through 1954, if they take their benefit early at age 62, they receive 75% of the benefit instead of that 100% at full retirement age. Now, if you look all the way to the right, you'll see that it says percentage at age 70. And all the percentages here are significantly over 100%. And that is because if a person takes their benefit past their full retirement age, it increases 8% per year past their full retirement age. And if the person waits till age 70, the benefit they receive is significantly past 100%. So a person born between 1943 through 1954, like in the previous example, they were to take their benefit at age 70, they'd receive 130% of their benefit. So the benefit does grow over time, and these are the percentages based on year of birth. And once again, full retirement age is different for each and every one of us. It depends on what year we were born. And full retirement age means that's when you receive 100% of your benefit. But another question that we receive very frequently is, well, what if I decide to take my benefit early at age 62, 63, 64, anytime before my full retirement age, and I decide to continue to work and collect my benefits at the same time? Can I do that? Can I work, earn wages, and collect Social Security retirement benefits monthly at the same time? And the answer to that is yes, you can do that. You can work while receiving benefits. However, you want to keep in mind that if you do work while receiving your benefits and you're not full retirement age yet, you are subject to an earnings limit. So individuals who are age 62, 63, 64, 65, anytime before their full retirement age are subject to an earnings limit if they are working at the same time that they're collecting monthly Social Security retirement benefits. So for individuals in that situation this year in 2022, if you are earning over $19,560 in this year and you're collecting monthly Social Security retirement benefits prior to your full retirement age, for every $2 you go over that $19,560, $1 is reduced from your monthly Social Security retirement benefit. So that's for individuals that are under full retirement age and they're working at the same time that they're collecting monthly Social Security retirement benefits, and they're young, they're under full retirement age. Now, for individuals that are full retirement age, they're going to be full retirement age in the year that they're collecting benefits, but they're not quite yet full retirement age. So they haven't turned full retirement age. They're collecting the benefits the month before they turn full retirement age. In the year they turn full retirement age, their earnings limit increases. So for individuals in that situation this year in 2022, the earnings limit is $51,960. And for every $3 a person goes over, $1 is reduced from their monthly Social Security retirement benefit. And that's if they're taking their benefit prior to turning full retirement age in that year that they're collecting. So when somebody is not full retirement age yet, they are subject to an earnings limit. But once you turn full retirement age, whether that's 66, 66 in a few months, or age 67, there is no longer a limit for you. So at full retirement age, an individual is no longer subject to an earnings limit. You can work and earn $1 million and not worry about your Social Security retirement benefit being impacted because you are full retirement age while you're working and earning those wages. So it's a little bit about working while receiving benefits. And these are the amounts in 2022. These limits do change from year to year, or they can change from year to year. So it's always important to receive those updates via online. You can visit us at socialsecurity.gov. You can always call us, or if you are at our local office, you can always ask a representative at your local office. So Social Security is with you through life's journey. And I talked about how you can find this information online. So we want to go ahead and show you how you get to our website. So this is what our main page looks like. And when you visit us, you want to make sure that you type in www.socialsecurity.gov or ssa.gov. It's important to always put the .gov after Social Security because .gov is us. There are some sites that will say they're us or they will claim their Social Security. However, they are not. They'll have a .com or a something completely different. So if you go to our website and you type in .gov, that is us. And we never charge for our services. So we won't charge you for publications. We're not going to be charging you for forms, and we will not charge you for information. So if there's another site that you visit that's claiming to be us and they're charging you for information, Social Security information, know that that's not us. Please do not give them, pay them for these services, because these services are free on our website at socialsecurity.gov. So this is what our main page looks like. And I want to draw your attention to the bottom left of the main page where it says My Social Security. If you click there, you're going to see this next page come up for you. And this is the My Social Security account. So if you don't already have a My Social Security account, we encourage you to create an account. If you create an account, you're able to do several transactions, business transactions with us online in the comfort of your own home. So if you create a My Social Security account, you'll be able to look at your earnings records to make sure that your earnings are correct. So you'll be able to look at those 35 years of work earnings that Mr. Summer had mentioned earlier on. You'll be able to see that all your earnings are correct. So if there's a discrepancy, you're going to be able to correct that right away. Or if there's a year missing, you'll be able to correct that right away with us. So it's important to periodically review that earnings record, and you're going to be able to do that if you create a My Social Security account. You'll also be able to do things such as update address information, request a replacement Social Security card. There's lots of things that you can do with your My Social Security account. So once you click on create an account, it's going to bring you to this page here. You'll be able to easily create an account if you click on this blue icon where it says sign in with login.gov. If you click there, you'll be able to enter in your full name, your date of birth, your address, your cell phone number, and you're going to be able to create that account and you'll be able to create a username and a password and get right in. It is going to have some security features where you're going to have to look at your cell phone for a code and then enter that in, but you will be able to gain access to your My Social Security account this way. If you have an account that was created before September 18th, 2021, you would sign in using the method on the right side of the screen. But if you are new to this and you don't have an account, the best method to create an account is by clicking on the blue icon where it says sign in with login.gov. So as mentioned, you're going to be able to do lots of different transactions on your My Social Security account. You can request a replacement Medicare card, a replacement 1099, a proof of income letter, lots of different transactions that you would do with us at the office. You can do them online. I had also mentioned that you could request a replacement Social Security card. So as you see here, this is what it looks like when somebody goes to their account. And on the left side, it says Social Security card replacement. If a person were to click there, request a replacement card, you would just follow the prompts, enter in your information, and you'll be able to request that replacement Social Security card. It'll come to you in the mail in about 5 to 10 business days. I can say that this is a very convenient process. My husband did use this process a couple months ago. He was able to create an account using login.gov, clicking on that blue icon. And then he was able to go into his account and request a replacement Social Security card, and his card came in the mail in about 5 days. So it was pretty quick, and he didn't have to set foot in a local office, and he didn't have to call Social Security. He was able to request that replacement card in the comfort of our own home. So it is very convenient. However, we understand that if you do not have access to online services, or if you are unable to mail that application into us with your documents, you can always visit us at any of our local offices, and you can always call us to schedule an appointment as well at our National Social Security hotline, which is 1-800-772-1213. Now, we always want to make sure that people are aware of fraudulent phone calls that are going out to the public. And I'm going to go ahead and pass it over to my colleague, Mr. Summer, so he can share with you how to protect yourself from these fraudulent calls and give you some information regarding what these scammers do to convince you that they are Social Security representatives when they are not. Mr. Summer, back to you.
Thank you, Josephine. They certainly are not from Social Security. I mean, they do all kinds of things. I've gotten the calls, you've gotten the calls, and I'm the guy who tells people about fraud. So if they'll call me, they'll certainly call you. For one thing, Social Security does not call you out of the blue. If you haven't had any business with Social Security, we don't contact you saying, hey, we want to give you more money or we'll stop your check. Often they're threatening people and saying that we'll take your benefits away if you don't give us some information. What kind of information are they looking for? A lot of times they'll ask you for your Social Security number. Now think about this. We're the ones who gave you your Social Security number. At Social Security, we already have it. So there make no sense for us to contact you and say, give us your Social Security number. We need it for something. Absolutely makes no sense for us to ask you for your banking information. If you're getting a direct deposit check, we already have it and things are working smoothly. But they will try their luck. They will tell you that they're going to give you additional payments or something else. Don't fall for it. Social Security always communicates with people by letter. Now, I'll tell you another thing. If you just recently had business with Social Security, it's possible that we'll call you, but not just out of the clear blue sky. And I want you to be proactive. If you have a situation where someone seems to say they're from Social Security, you can always say, I don't feel comfortable doing this. I want to hang up and call the Social Security office back. Don't take the number that they give you. Go to our online locator and call the real office that is near you, because we can all look at all the same information. So they're not absolutely the only person you can talk to. If they're real, they will understand, because we at Social Security are very security conscious. And if you get those calls, don't just let it go just because you've gotten away without giving them your info. Stop them for the next person. How can you do that? Report that call. Call 1-800-269-0271 or report it at the Office of the Inspector General. They're working with us at oig.ssa.gov, gov as in government. We want to shut these guys down. Onward. So understand that those calls are out there just like they were for the IRS some time ago. And these people threaten people. They tell you, okay, if you don't, we're going to stop your benefit check. Social Security doesn't stop people's benefit checks, particularly without giving them some kind of mail notice. Just because you made someone upset by not giving them your information on the phone, don't fall for it. Because once your Social Security number is out there and your information from the bank, the cat is out of the bag, and people will use what they can to open credit in your name, steal your ID, get medical services that you are left holding the bag for and get to pay for, and all manner of things. There are people who've gotten traffic tickets, violations. People get arrested because someone's stolen their ID. They get angry letters from creditors, people trying to garnish their wages or their benefits. So don't even open that Pandora's box. Just be vigilant about taking care of protecting your information by not falling for these guys who call you. Onward. Now, a lot of times they threaten people with arrest, but I want to say that as a last thing here. We at Social Security are not law enforcement, so we have nothing to do with that. But what we do have something to do with is updating you. Just as Josephine told you at the beginning that there were many things that have been going on with Social Security, and since the pandemic especially. And guess how you keep up ahead of everyone? You go to our coronavirus page. We have COVID-19 updates. And if you take a look, you can see that if you go to socialsecurity.gov, there will be a yellow tab. Looks like mustard, doesn't taste like mustard. So keep your mouth off the screen and look for it, because Social Security will always keep you one step ahead of everyone else. Onward. That being said, I'm going to tell you once again to follow us on social media. Josephine and I actually have lots of videos on YouTube and Facebook Live. We love it. We like seeing your face on Facebook, but don't forget to check us out. And Josephine, we're on Instagram too. Is that right?
Yes, we are, Mr. Summer. We're on Instagram, LinkedIn, we're on Twitter. We're everywhere, and we want to make sure that you know that you can find us. There are resources available to you with information that talks about Social Security's benefits and programs. So we are happy to share that information with you, and we want you to know everywhere where you can find that information. And of course, we are here with you at Top Flight every month with a Facebook Live, willing and excited and eager to share information with you. So please join us because we are here. And if you have any questions, you can always feel free to ask Daniel and myself. We are happy to answer those questions for you and to share as much information as possible. Back to you, Ms. Cassandra.
All righty. Well, that was a lot of good information. But one thing I wanted to say, you talked about scams, you talked about your account. What they don't know is you're going to be coming on in October. Let me make sure I get the correct date. You'll be on October 26th to talk about the accounts, how to create your account. And then in November, you'll be here to talk about the scams and the fraud. But next month, we have the spousal benefits. So that's going to be a good one. But until then, let's see if we have any questions here on Facebook or anyone that's on our Zoom call. If you have any questions, unmute yourself and ask the questions. But let me say this, if there's anything personal you want to share, let me know so I can turn Facebook Live off and stop recording. So either put that in the chat to me or just say, can you turn off Facebook Live? But I don't see anything on Facebook Live with anyone that has any questions.
Good. Well, thank you, Cassandra, for mentioning that. Yes, we definitely do not want anybody to share any personal information on the chat or on this live. We want you to maintain your information personal, so don't provide any Social Security numbers, no date of birth. If there's something that you have a question on that's specific, we encourage you to call us at 1-800-772-1213 so that a local representative can help you regarding your specific situation. But we can answer general questions here. So please ask your general questions because we can answer those.
Okay, so do you want me to leave the Facebook Live on for the general questions?
Yeah, and we can go ahead and we can answer the general questions for you.
Okay, go ahead. I think Gloria had a question for you.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. I have a question regarding your earnings while you're working and you're receiving disability. You might have went over it, but I might have joined a little late. That's it. What type of, can you work and get disability?
Okay, great question, Gloria. And what we went over earlier was the retirement. So we were talking about, can you work and receive Social Security retirement benefits? So we talked about those earnings limits and what they are. So when you're collecting disability benefits, it's a little bit different as far as those limits. So you can, though, you definitely can. To answer your question overall, yes, you can work while receiving Social Security disability benefits. And we actually have information regarding that on our website at socialsecurity.gov. There's a publication that is on our website that talks about working while receiving Social Security disability benefits. But I'm going to go ahead and pass this over to my colleague, Mr. Summer, because he gives a great explanation on how you can work and collect Social Security disability benefits. Mr. Summer?
Thank you, Josephine. And in fact, Gloria, that's such a great question because we not only can you work, Social Security actually has incentives for you, and we encourage it. Now, most people would be of the thinking that, well, if they catch you working and you're disabled, they're going to stop your check. Not at all. Here's how that really works. In fact, when you start working, it's an advantage because you're paying into Social Security. And not only are you supporting Social Security as a system, you can increase your very own check right before your eyes. How does this work? First, we understand that it might not work out. And so people who fear working because if I start working and they stop my check, what if I'm still disabled? Well, we give you what's called a trial work period. You have 9 full months to earn any amount. I mean, as much as Cassandra Taylor, $1 million a month, or whatever you want, and you still get your Social Security check. Well, why would we do something like that? Because it gives you the opportunity to test your ability to work without losing anything, right? So then that goes on for 9 months and you get your check, rain or shine, along with all those 9 months. But what happens after that? Most people want to know. Well, you enter what we call an extended period of eligibility. If you earn below what we call substantial wages, then you still get your Social Security check. If you earn above it, you're not due a check that month. So what do some people do? They structure it so they earn less than the $13.50 per month, which we call substantial. Now, that being said, that's not cheating the system or getting around it just because you earn $1,349.99. Because again, you're supporting the Social Security system, but we put that in place so that you would know where the line is, so that you can say, I want to continue to get my benefit check because I need it for my security. And also, I want to work as much as I can because I don't have to waste away like a couch potato just because I'm getting disability. We like that you can contribute, and whatever the limitations and impairments that you have, they might make you contribute less than before you were disabled, but you're not useless. So that is how that works in a nutshell. And yes, the answer is definitely yes, 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 you can work. But what if you're working for a while and you're making way over that amount, so you're not getting a check, and then the bottom falls out and you're sick again? Do you have to start from ground zero? We have a process called expedited reinstatement for a rolling period of 60 months. 60 months, for those of you who've had car notes, is 5 years. All right. For 60 months, you can just say, now that my disability is back to the degree that I can't work, it's the same problem. You just walk into the Social Security office or contact us by online or by phone, and you say, hey, it's the same problem again. And guess what? When we say expedited, we don't even send the case down. We start your payment now. We'll evaluate your medical condition next, but you get your benefits restarted. How's that for incentive? Great question, Gloria.
Okay, Daniel, can I
Thank you.
interject right quick? And actually, Gloria, they conducted that class. Hold on. I will tell you in 1 second. They did the disability class, if I'm not mistaken, last month. So,
Yeah,
and it's recorded.
Yeah.
And yes, it's recorded and on our YouTube channel. Because our Facebook Live, it'll go away, but it stays up on our YouTube channel. So if you Google Top Flight Defense Incorporated on YouTube, you'll be able to scroll through and see whichever class, because we do go live and record all of these classes for people that may have missed the teaching that Josephine and Daniel has done.
Well, I thank him for going over it again.
Thank
No
you.
problem. That's what we're here for. And we're glad that you asked your question, Gloria, because that was a great one. And I actually want to share with you what our webpage real quick. I want to show you where you can find that information. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen again, because I want to show everybody here how to access that information. So if you go all the way down, so I typed in ssa.gov, and as you can see here up at the top, it says www.ssa.gov. You can just type in ssa.gov in your search engine. Once you get to our page, what you do is you scroll down and you see all these blue tiles here. You can click on publications. When you click on publications, it's going to take you to all of our publications that we have that talk about different Social Security's benefits and programs. You can read them, you can listen to them via audio, and if you want to see them and view them in another language, you can also do that. But what I'm going to do here is I'm going to type in disability. So right here, the first publication that comes up is working while disabled. So this is going to give you that great information that Mr. Summer just went over with everyone. So all you have to do is you have to click on the PDF, and then it's going to give you all that great information right here, working while disabled, how we can help. Click on the PDF. It talks about there's disability benefits for wounded warriors. You can go here, incentives to help you return to work. Mr. Summer mentioned those incentives. So lots of great information here. And this is information regarding disability benefits. However, if you want retirement benefits, you can do the same thing. So retirement, I'm typing in retirement. You're going to see that there's going to be lots of information regarding retirement benefits in their publication. So when to start receiving retirement benefits, there's a publication here, and you just click on the PDF. So all of this information is on our website at socialsecurity.gov. And I just wanted to show everybody how to access this, because it is accessible to you for free, no charge. You can even order these publications. If you look over to the right here where it says order, if you are a part of an organization, part of a community group, you can order these publications in bulk to your facility and share these out to the community. And that is also free of charge. So you do not have to pay anything for it. You just let us know what address you want these publications to be sent to, which ones you would like to receive, and you'll get all of this free of charge. So just wanted to show everybody that. I'm going to go ahead and stop sharing the screen.
Okay, so we have a question in the chat, and they would like to know, how does a person that retired from the city get Part A Medicare benefits? They currently have Part B and a supplement.
Yeah, that is a great question. Sounds good. So great question. Let's go ahead and answer that. How does a person that's retired from the city get Part A Medicare benefits? They currently have Part B and a supplement. So generally, a person who is receiving Part B will automatically be enrolled in Part A, unless for some reason the individual was not insured. So that means there wasn't enough Medicare taxes paid into the system for them. So then they would end up paying for Part A, but the person could still receive Part A. However, it's at a higher cost. You have to pay for Part A if you don't have enough coverage or haven't paid enough into Medicare taxes. Then you'd have to pay a monthly premium for Part A. In that situation, people can choose not to take Part A. So if a person says, well, you know what, I understand I didn't pay enough into Medicare taxes and I have to then pay for Part A, you know what, maybe I don't want to do that. So if the person chooses not to pay for Part A, they may still choose to pay for Part B, because everyone pays for Part B. So that could be the situation, and it sounds like what the situation may be. So in that case, if you'd like Part A later on, you would have to wait during an enrollment period to enroll for Part A. And I want to go ahead and make sure that I covered everything there. Mr. Summer, any thoughts on that? Oh, you're on mute, Mr. Summer.
All right, let's see if I can make it happen. I pressed the button. It
There
didn't
you
want to
go.
let me in.
There you go.
Well,
I can hear you.
Well, just remember, a lot of people who work for the city or other things worked prior to working for the city. So it's still possible that you could get premium free. That means without paying any additional money, Part A. Sometimes people forget that they had a career once they worked there 30 years. They forgot that they flipped hamburgers, that they swept up, and that they did all other things. But even those things, you pay Medicare taxes on. And often, I want to remind you of this, because sometimes city workers and people who work for municipalities and government say, but we don't pay into Social Security. But that doesn't mean you don't pay into Medicare. You could be what we call an MQGE. Well, sounds like a bad name to call somebody, but what that means is a Medicare qualified government employee. You may also be eligible for it. And I suspect that's what's happened. If you are already getting Part B, then somehow you qualified for that, unless you're paying a super astronomical premium. Part A is usually a foregone conclusion. So I would look into that, because find out if you actually have Part A and you're thinking of Part B. because most commonly people get Part A first and they don't pay a monthly premium. And Part B is the secondary thing that they want to come along with. Just to, as a refresher, Part A is the hospital insurance coverage. When you've been knocked out by the champ and they carry you away on a stretcher and they say you're going to be in the hospital for another month. Well, that's what Medicare Part A is. Don't forget, Part B is when your doctor makes you, you know, that terrible stick, that the popsicle stick, but you don't get the popsicle first. They put on your tongue, they check your blood pressure, they hit you on the knee with that thing. And you know, that's what Part B covers. So let's make sure, just in case, that we're not mixing them up, because usually that's the secondary one that people take because you pay the monthly premium of $171 per month for that one. Okay, so just as a refresher, there you have it. Cassandra?
Yes, I mean, this is really good. We had somebody to log in on Zoom a little late near the end of this, but I am so glad that we are recording this because it is some really good information. And once again, I really and truly appreciate the two of you coming in and taking out your time in the day to educate not just Top Flight, but for the members and everyone that log in and see us on Facebook. We really do appreciate this. If there's no other questions, like I said, I don't see any questions on Facebook. The person that had the question on in our chat, can you see that, Daniel and Josephine, what they said?
Yeah,
see
so I see. Yeah, and it looks like Mr. Gray may have something more specific going on, and we would have to look specifically at the record. So, Cassandra, what we're going to ask Mr. Gray to do is to contact the local office, because we want somebody to look at the record and make sure that, you know, it is Part A that you know, we're referring to, making sure to figure out, you know, okay, what parts are on the record. So we want to make sure that we give you the correct information, but without seeing your record, we can't give you 100% because we're just answering general and we're trying to figure out what the issue may be. So we want you to contact your local office just to make sure that you know, your situation is completely taken care of and you're given the correct information based on your record, based on your personal situation. So please contact them. You can contact the National Social Security Hotline at 1-800-772-1213, or you can contact your local office and speak to a representative locally as well. So thank you so much for being here with us. We are excited to continue this partnership and be with you.
I think Daniel has a quick question, but oh no. Okay, so can I say this one thing? I know you all have to go. I am contemplating on retiring next year. I'll be 60. So I don't know if I want to do the retirement or the disability. So I guess we will talk offline with that, because someone else asked me about, can they retire at the age of 62?
I gotta say something here.
Go ahead, Mr. Summers. Go for it.
I'm bursting with this certain information for Joe Gray. I noted you said that they don't have the credit hours for Part A, and they want to switch from a supplement to a Medicare Advantage plan. Now, keep in mind that Medicare Advantage plans don't come from the federal government and Medicare. Those are private companies. They're Humana, Blue Cross, Blue Shield. So normally they will want you to say, well, you have to go off of Medicare Parts A and B. A and B are what we call original Medicare. They come from the Center for Medicare Services. So that's very specific, and who you're going to be talking to are private companies. So they're all trying to sell you something. So I encourage you to talk to SHIP in your state, the Senior Health Insurance Information Program. And you can just put that in and you can find out, and they can help you sort through it without being sold the highest plan with the least benefit. That being said, the disability retirement question, well, I'm just going to give you this real quick. If someone is potentially disabled, I always, 100% of the time tell them, I want you to apply for disability, even if you're going to apply for retirement here. And why? Josephine told you how if you retire, quote unquote, early, say the earliest at 62, you get a lesser benefit. If your full retirement age was 66 and you got $1,000, at 62, you get $750. But guess what? It doesn't matter if you're 60, 49, 38, 25, you get the full $1,000 on disability because we don't penalize you for becoming ill. And if you're doing retirement, it's a choice. You're saying at 62, I'm deciding to take a lower benefit over a longer period of time. Perfectly rational. And other people, we don't punish you for becoming disabled. I'm a mean man, but even Josephine wouldn't let me do that to you. Josie?
Oh, wow, I got
Yeah.
another question. Oh.
Josie, I'm not going to hog the ball.
We got
You
another
could take-
question coming in.
Okay,
Let's have
so
it.
this is Gloria again. Okay, so I'm currently collecting my disability. What you're saying is would my retirement be different once I reach the retirement age, even though I'm currently on disability? Does something change from disability to my age of retirement?
Josie, you want to take it so that I don't look like I'm trying to hog the ball?
Sounds good. I'll take this one. This one's an easy one, Mr. Summer. I'll give you the hard one. So this one right here. So if you're receiving Social Security disability benefits and you turn full retirement age, your benefit stays the same. The only thing that changes is what your record is titled. So it goes from disability benefits on your record to retirement benefits, but the amount stays the same. That is because when an individual receives Social Security disability benefits, they're essentially receiving the amount they would have received at their full retirement age. So say somebody young at age 25 were to become disabled, they would receive the amount at age 25, the amount they would have received at their full retirement age, whether that's 66, 67, if that's their full retirement age, whatever that amount would have been at that point, they'll receive it early at 25. That's just one example, but essentially you are receiving the amount that you would receive at full retirement age if you're receiving disability benefits right now. The only thing that changes once you turn full retirement age is just the name of the record.
Okay, but would it change if I'm working while I'm on disability?
It may change because Social Security uses the highest 35 years of your work earnings. So if the earnings that you're earning in the future are highest than the previous 35 years that we calculated or the years that we calculated, then it may change. It all just depends on what those earnings are.
But it
Great
can only
information.
never go down. It will never go down from what it is. It can only increase.
All right now.
Great question. Great question.
Yes, this is amazing. I am so happy. I am so happy that you came on and you did this. And like I said before, I know we're running over your time and we do apologize for that. But I'm going to see you back on the 22nd, aren't I? And we're
Yes,
going to
we
be
will be back.
talking about spousal benefits.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you so much for having us. We appreciate, being on your platform, Top Flight. We are excited to always be here with you. And thank you to everyone who is viewing us now or who is viewing us in the future.
Well, I thank you, Josephine. I thank you, Daniel, for your professionalism and your jokes, your smiles. I appreciate all of that. Thank you, Facebookers, for watching us. If you have any questions after this, they've given you information on how to contact them. This is recorded on Facebook and on our YouTube channel. If you want to find out and watch it again on our YouTube channel, just go on over to YouTube, Google Top Flight Defense Incorporated. Don't forget to subscribe and like our channel, as well as going to Social Security Administration Facebook page as well. So with that being said, I am going to end Facebook and I am going to also stop recording.